know I'm a minute behind. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to Remembering Saturdays. Can you guys hear me? That's how it. And we want to start this off with how has your week been this week with the illusion? What illusions have faded this week, or what illusions have you questioned this week? That's what I should have asked, right? Have you had any beliefs that you questioned this week? That you said, okay, I was taught this. What do I think it means? Do I believe it? Does it hold value? Is it true? Does it resonate with me? That's what we need to ask ourselves tonight. And how was your week? Let me know. I want to find out this week how far along you guys are in your journey, or if your journey have started, because it didn't have to start. But welcome, welcome, welcome. Whether you're here for the live or you're catching up, if this is a replay for you, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are gathering in awareness. This is Remembering Saturdays. If you see me looking back and forth, I do have some notes that I am going over, so you may see me just gathering, some information to make sure I'm on point. I'm staying on point. How about that? But how are y'all doing this evening? How are y'all? My lips feel a little bit dry right now. Okay, how are y'all? How are y'all? This week we were talking about illusion. Illusion, illusion, illusion. And I want to thank everybody. I don't know if I said it last week, but we made it to 1,000 subs, and that means that this message is getting out to the world. Like, it's shifting. We already in a shift, but it's reaching the ears that, I desire for it to reach. Because it's all about remembering together collectively. Because that's how we change things. That's how we get a big change. That's how we get a big change, by all right, waking up together, learning together, or sharing information together. Just different perspectives. And again, and I say this always, and I'm gonna always say this. I'm not here to get you to change your beliefs. I'm simply here to just offer new perspectives. New perspectives. Take what resonates and leave the rest in love. That's it. That's all I'm here to do. That's it. So where are you all connecting from this evening? Where are you all connecting from? And how has your week gone? And if you've been watching the videos, where are you at in your illusions? Since you've been caught up with the videos, what illusions are you questioning this week? What is something that you were taught to believe, this either in your past or recently, that you decided to question this week? If you've been watching the videos, we're talking about the illusion. And welcome to Remembering Saturdays. And let me know where you at, where you are connected from in the world. Because illusions plays a big part. It plays a big part. A big part. These are things that, we were taught to believe growing up. And I know that this programming is huge. It's huge. It's not something that serves us. And I can guarantee you it's not. So tonight is not about teaching. Let me tell you that for now, right now. It's just about a conversation. Because there's nothing to convince, nothing to change, and nothing to fix. This week, as you know, if you've been watching the videos, we've been discussing illusion. Not as something scary or mystical, but as something, quietly woven into us from birth. Quietly woven into us from birth. Like, we were learned to see ourselves before we even was able to question what we were learning, if that makes sense. So let's begin. And before we go deep, where are you guys joining? Where are you guys joining from in the world tonight? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to take a breath and breathe while people come in. Relax, relax, relax. Because these lives are something that I'm getting used to, guys. This is not something that to me, this is a vulnerable state. Me coming on, doing lives and having Q&As and people asking me, personal questions about me. And I have no problem with responding because, I have nothing to hide and I don't need external validation. I'm just saying. So, and this is an open space. I want you to feel free to ask me whatever you want to ask me, or we can discuss. There are no wrong acts. There are no wrong or right answers. So, and no one here, I say this all the time, no one here needs to agree with me or anybody else on the chat. Hi, Audrey. How are you? Where you connected from tonight in the world? Where are you at tonight? We're just here to discuss some illusions. I'm not sure if you were able to watch any of the videos that were that I posted on the channel this week. If you had, let me know what you think. Oh, nice. I would hope so. Awesome. 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 I hope it's nice and warm, Audrey. Nice and warm. And again, I'm not here to replace anyone's beliefs. I'm simply here to just notice. I want us to notice things together. You're welcome. I want us to notice things together. Audrey, did you get a chance to watch any of the videos based on what we just our discussion for this week based on illusion? Our teachings, what we were taught long before we were born, or when we were born, I should say. Because the only way we could dissolve illusion is by discussing it and realizing and noticing what it actually is. So I just wanted to start a little bit simple tonight. Where's everybody connecting from? Are you in the US? Are you in the UK? Where are you connecting from tonight? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. New York, brother. Oh, brother. How are you? I love it. Did you watch any of the videos? Do you know what we're discussing tonight based off of illusion? Hey, I'm so glad that you actually on here. We got a lot to discuss too. We're gonna have a conversation off this live. Awesome. Awesome. So tell me one thing, Richard. What's something that you were taught growing up that you no longer believe? It no longer resonates with you. Talk to me. Because I know there's a bunch of stuff that I was taught growing up and I no longer believe it. It was nothing more than an illusion. And our parents didn't know any better. They taught it to us because that's what they were taught and they thought they were teaching us the right thing. That doesn't change it though. That absolutely doesn't change it. Have anybody here noticed an internal shift? Has anybody been questioning anything that's been taught to them that they no longer believe in? I can tell you I have. So I used to have this thing, I was taught this thing that money is evil. Well, I don't even remember the saying right now, but I was taught that money is evil. Yeah, no. Your belief behind money is what makes it evil. If you believe that money is evil, then money is evil. But you have to question, why do you think money is evil? You know your parents told you that. We know what your parents told you, but we're I agree with you. That is absolutely right. That is absolutely right. Money is not evil to love. Your feelings behind money, your feelings behind how you feel about money, that's what makes it evil, or whatever word you want to place there. You know, it's just certain things I know we were taught that don't no longer resonate with me. A lot of things, a lot of things. And I'm not going to stay too long. I'm literally just open up the live for Q&A. I did come on here just to discuss some of what we were discussing this week on the channel. I did have a few questions. That's what I'm going to start doing when I come back to live. All the questions that I have in my inbox, in my emails, I will bring to the live next week so I can actually answer them here. So if you have any questions that you want to ask me, and you don't want to ask me on the live, I do have a website. You can leave your email there. It's www.shacolesworld.com. That's CHICOLES world, WORLD.com. You can scroll down to the bottom, leave your email there. We do have emails that come out daily. It's only for 7 days though. They don't stop. They don't go no further than the 7 days. I know people don't like spam email because I know I don't. I'm gonna keep it real. I know I don't like spam email. And just leave it in the email box. Let me know. Give me your questions. Tell me what you think here that you want me to talk about. Even if you have something like that, if you want me to talk about, because I know Jesus was a topic that we had. What, maybe the week before last? That's because people were asking me to discuss Jesus. Not that I don't, but I just hadn't gotten to that yet on the channel. Yep. So you guys, I'm not gonna stay too long. Hi, Tiki. Welcome. How are you? Nice to see you back. Just discussing illusion from this week's videos. Oh, you're from Brazil. Welcome. Ooh, I want to visit Brazil. I cannot wait. I'm gonna visit everywhere. I don't care what anybody say. I'm gonna be one person known for traveling to every country, every state. Seriously. And I'm gonna do some talking out there too. Oh my goodness, Tiki. I don't see Sachin here. I and I don't think he'll be here tonight. Please leave Sachin where he at. I'm not even gonna lie. Sachin, he was funny from last week, but it was fun to have him here though. We ain't gonna lie. He was just trying to get his green card, sis. He was trying to get here, and I'm not mad at him. I'm seriously not mad at him. I'm not mad at him. So if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. And then again, what is some beliefs that you guys were taught, growing up that you no longer believe because it don't make sense to you? It doesn't resonate with you. I don't care what it's about. Honestly, I don't care what it's about. Tiki, you funny. I love it. What many of us, and it's not like we're experiencing confusion. It's not confusion. I like to call it recalibration. And are you going through a shift? If you're going through a shift, talk to me. And that's basically what the illusion is. Or if you're feeling things differently now than you felt when you were younger, which most of us should be. Santa. Oh, that's a good one, Tiki. And it's the right season for it, isn't it? Yeah, Santa was definitely something that we were taught by our parents. And I'm here with you, Tiki. I no longer believe in that either. I guess maybe like some people like to say, maybe I wasn't a true believer in it in the first place. That's why it wasn't true. I mean, I just don't believe that Santa was true at all, at all, at all. I just don't. I don't believe it. I believe it was a hype. I mean, I know where Saint Nick came from, where he used to leave money and change and food on people's doorsteps around that time. I'm thinking maybe that's where the whole Christmas thing stems from. But yeah, I agree with you. Christmas is something that we were taught that I'm I'm sure plenty of us don't believe in anymore. Is there a different type of shift that you maybe like, or maybe a different belief? Because we brought up money. Money was one. I'm not sure if he was on here when money was mentioned. Is there a different belief that you were taught? Because I could tell you another one I was taught. Let's see. Because I don't want to go too deep. Because I know next week's videos. I forgot what Christmas is religion tied to. Oh, isn't it the birth? It's the birth of Christ. That's what religion is tied to. It's tied to the birth of Christ, and they brought gifts to Jesus when he was born in the manger. So I believe that's the religion. It's tied to Christianity. Christmas is tied to Christianity, if I'm correct. If I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the chat. But if I'm correct, Christmas is tied to Christianity because that was when the day that supposedly Jesus was born. So that's where it stems from. Anybody else? Anybody else? Thank you, Tiki. Anybody else have a belief that they no longer believe in that they were taught growing up? We discussed money already. The root of money. That was the saying. Money is the root of all evil. Yes, that was something that I was taught. I no longer believe. Tiki was taught about Christmas and Santa, which I'm certain a lot of us don't believe it no more. So anybody else? Anything you were taught growing up that no longer resonates with you, that it doesn't make sense anymore? Because I'm sure there's a bunch of them. And don't forget, you guys can ask me whatever question you need to ask me. I don't care what it is, honestly. Um, so let me say, because when you awakening rarely starts with clarity. It usually starts with discomfort and confusion because you honestly don't know what it is you're feeling, and it's a little bit scary, a little bit, especially with me. So I had somebody in my ear growing up telling me, not growing up, but during my later days, telling me that Jesus isn't what I thought he was. And so I used to say, sinner, you're a sinner, or blasphemy. Don't stand too close to me, especially when it's raining, because you're going to get, you're going to get striked. We both going to get striked down. And I'm not trying to get striked down because you don't believe what you believe, what I believe. So I used to say, yeah, don't stand too close to me. So I used to tell him all the time, I know what I was taught about Jesus growing up. I know exactly what I was taught about Jesus growing up, that he was to be praised and we was to end our prayers in his name, and that if we didn't believe in Christ, we were going to hell. These are all things that I used to believe growing up. This is things that I was taught growing up. That if you don't believe in Jesus, you're going to hell. If you don't end your prayer in his name, you're going to hell. And these things they no longer resonate with me, because in my opinion, they're not true. They don't feel real to me. They no longer make sense to me. Like, why would we all be one, but I'm supposed to be praying in another man's name? In another man's name. It just don't make sense. Now it don't make sense. Before, it made sense to me, because that's what I was taught. There was nothing else for me to believe until I started questioning, or until this person was in my ear, and eventually I started questioning those things. Oh my goodness, don't open an umbrella while in the house. My gosh, right? It was bad luck to open an umbrella inside the house. Why? What was actually going to happen if you open the umbrella in the house? Oh, there's a whole bunch of ones. Don't put your pocketbook on the bed, or don't put your hat on the bed. You'll stay broke, or you want what? None of these things are true if you don't wholeheartedly believe in this crap. Question it. And most people never question it. They just listen to what their parents told them and say, "Hey, don't open an umbrella in the house. Don't put your hat on the bed. Don't put your pocketbook on the bed. Don't put it on the floor, because you will never get money." Really? What sense did that make? But because our parents told us, it made sense to us growing up. And then we kept it here, and then it just resonated with us. It just made sense to us. And then we started believing it. So we didn't do it. And I'll tell you right now, I open an umbrella in the house, nothing's happening. I put my pocketbook on the bed, nothing's happening. Like, agreed. These things don't make sense when they only make sense when we believe them. Yeah, no, nah, I don't believe in none of that stuff no more. But I like that one. Thanks. That's a definite one. But so, like I was saying about the whole Jesus thing, this person was stayed on me about Jesus is not this is not what you make him seem to be. The miracles that he did were not the type of miracles that we thought they were. They were not external miracles, they were internal miracles. Jesus was here to remind you of what you're capable of, not just show you what he's capable of, because the same thing he's capable of, you are capable of too. There's even a verse in the Bible where it says, "These things I do, you will do greater." Why say that? And then we just believe that that's what he was here for, just to show us what he can do. That didn't serve us. How did that serve us? It didn't. So let me give you another question. Here's another question I want you to sit with. I'm not sure when you question these things. Hi, I'm not sure if I say the name right. Oh, you know what? I ain't even gonna butcher it. I ain't even gonna butcher it. Achada? Okay. Hi, Achada. How are you? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. When was the first moment you realized something that you were taught, which we've been discussing already, wasn't true? We know it now, but how old were you when you figured it out? Or where were you at when it no longer made sense? Because I could almost guarantee you, Tiki, you were maybe a child when you started to realize that Santa isn't true. And I wouldn't say wrong, it's just incomplete. It just didn't make sense. It no longer made sense anymore. I mean, it could have been about religion. It could be about success. It could be about relationships. Relationships is another one. Relationships is another one. There's a lot of things that I was taught about relationships that I can guarantee you that it does not resonate with me. It does not make sense anymore. It doesn't even, I can tell you as a parent, a lot of things that I was taught to do as a parent don't make sense. Because if you ask me, parenting came with a lot of control. Like you were here to control your child and tell them what to do and tell them how to do it and when to do it. Why? Somebody's gonna have to explain that part to me. That's definitely one that I no longer agree with. And there's things in relationships that no longer resonate with me and make sense. And we already got into the money, the mental health, and the identity. Like, talk to me. I'm gonna bring up one with relationships. What was it? Ooh, I ain't gonna do that one. I ain't gonna go too deep and too crazy with that one. You know what? I'm gonna stick to the parenting one. I'm not gonna go too deep into relationships unless you guys ask me. But with the parenting, I was always taught that I had to control my child because I was always controlled by my dad. Not even gonna lie to you. I was told when to eat, where to eat, how to do it, and where I couldn't spend the night out at, and all this, that, and the third. Those I no longer believe that that's how you're supposed to parent because it's not. Your children chose you, and I know that's gonna come as a shocker, and they chose you to guide them. Oh my goodness, Sachin, how are you? Funny enough, Sachin, we were just asking if you were coming back on live tonight. Tiki, there you go. There goes Sachin. Welcome, Sachin. I promise you, we was talking about you. Hello, hello, hello. That's good. I'm happy that you are good. I'm so happy that you are good. See, Tiki, you brung him here, Tiki. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. We love it when you're here, right, Tiki? Tiki asked about you. Say hi to Tiki too. Anyway, so we're basically discussing what you used to believe about, let's just say, parenting. And if you're not a parent, no problem. Bring it in relationships. Let's just say relationships. Something you were taught about relationships that you no longer believe, or something that you was taught about parenting. And me, I said control. We as parents were never meant to control our children. Because how does it benefit them if we're always thinking for them? How does it benefit, just like with school? They're not technically thinking for themselves. They're being taught what to remember. Hey, how are you, Miss All? How are you? They're being taught to remember. I told you I'm coming to India one day. They're being taught to remember, and they have to just everything that they do. They have to ask to go to the bathroom. They have to go to school at a certain time. It's just so much control. So much control. So much control. Children are not able to think for themselves. And we as parents, we're telling them all day long what to do. We're not allowing them to experience life for themselves. Don't touch the fire or don't touch the fan. You're going to get burnt. You're going to get hurt. What if they don't? I'm just saying. Not that if you touch fire, you're not going to get burnt. But what if something that we're telling them is going to happen because based off of our experience doesn't happen to them? So how are we teaching them at all? How we're just controlling the situation. And again, that's something that we were taught. We were taught to control, 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 not to think for ourselves. If you go to a 9 to 5, and I'm not down in no 9 to 5s or none of that. Think about it. You're told what to do all day long. You're told how to perform your job. You're told when to clock in, this, that, and the third. So much of our lives is about control. Are we not seeing that? We're not thinking for ourselves, and we don't question these things. We don't question these things. I always thought that politicians or people in power had us the small people best interest, but oh, I was wrong. Oh, brother, absolutely. Yeah, so they are in power, but we if we collectively combine our thoughts and combine what we want to happen for us and to us, politicians would be a thing of the past. It would be a thing of the past because you know what? There's power in numbers. But we collectively let what they tell us affect us, like the pandemic. It only affected us because we believed what they were telling us is true. And then so many of us believed. That's so much energy, so much frequency, everything being combined at once. It was inevitable for it to happen. Oh, I believe that too. And when it's time for them to go, they go. But we are the ones that change that. We complain about them a lot, but we don't make a real difference. Fighting physically isn't going to solve anything. Fighting internally, changing our thoughts behind politicians, changing and this is something we have to do collectively because as you can see, politicians is big. It's big. They are evil. Definitely. Richard, that's a good one. Definitely a good one. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Them politicians are hilarious. Let me tell you that from now. But if we really want them to be a thing of the past, they can be. And we don't have to physically do anything. That's the thing. We actually think that we have to physically do something. We don't. I bet you if we change our thoughts behind them, we can change everything. Oh, yes, Gandhi, amazing individual. Of course. Malcolm X too, because if in the beginning Malcolm X was all for the violence, was all for it. Let's give them what they give us. I bet you when he visited Mecca and his level of consciousness shifted, he realized that we are all one, and in order to change anything, we do it together. Same thing Martin Luther King been trying to teach the whole time. It wasn't external, it's internal. It's internal. Change the way we think about these things. Change the way we feel about it. That stuff is energy. That stuff is frequency. Those things change real time. And you don't got to pick up a finger. You ain't got to pick up a gun. You ain't got to pick up a knife to change nothing. We have so much power within us. We just fail to realize it, and we're not being taught it. Because once we realize that we have all of this power within us, keep telling you, Jesus said, these things I do, you will do greater. And what did he say? I and the Father are one. Yes, we are connected. And the moment we realize this, when politicians, who? Politicians, what? Government, what? I won't even begin to say what I really want to say, not on this channel. But let's just say, if we want real change, we do it together collectively. If we want real change, we stop seeing color. We stop seeing gender. We stop seeing division in religion. And we will combine all of that together. Because if y'all believe it or not, we are all from the same source. There's no difference. We are no different. Sure, on earth, we look a different color. On earth, we have a color. On earth, we have a form. On earth, we have a form. But this energy, this spirit, this soul that we carry, it never dies. No, it never dies. If you actually look into the meaning of some of these movies, these people know these things. These people know these things, but we just look at the top part of it. Right. Violence doesn't solve anything. I agree. Peace and love and unity. Peace and love and unity. And unity. Tell me, what's some other things that you guys believe was taught that no longer serve you? And again, we could base it all around the same six things: religion, success. Tell me something. What is something about success that you were taught about success? I'm gonna tell you one in a few minutes that you were taught about success that doesn't make any sense for me. Oh, I'm gonna tell you one right now that you have to work hard 24/7. You have to work hard 24/7. Why? Even the earth doesn't work hard 24/7. It get a chance to rest in the seasons. In the wintertime, it rests. Look at the animals. In the wintertime, they rest. The bear hibernate. But we as humans have to keep going around the clock 24/7. Why? I'm getting too excited. Why? When everything else around us has a time to rest, we are the only beings, only form that has to keep going until we burn out. Until we burn out. Tell me where that makes sense at. But so many people think that success means hard work. Hard work. Even some of the most richest people took a time to rest. Even some of the most wealthiest people had a time to rest. There's a Bible verse, Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. Take time, meditate, sit. And if you want to be prepared, like the bear prepares for hibernation, the bear don't go into winter without preparing for it. Same thing with the ants. They prepare, they bring their food. They store stuff they store up their food for the entire winter. Because they know they're gonna sleep, they're gonna rest because it's wintertime. During wintertime, most plants die. Fish go under the water. Where are they going to eat from? Where are they going to eat? So they have to store that stuff. Just like us, if we want to prepare for a time to rest, we stack our money or we put it into investments where we can take it out from time to time. Good, I'm glad. I love bears. Don't get too close though. But I'm just saying, there's a time to rest. There's a time to rest. So success, that's one thing that I no longer that no longer resonates with me. That success is hard work 24/7. There is a Bible verse, and I'll bring it back. I do have it written down right now. It's not coming to me. But I spoke about it on one of the channels. Like, okay, awesome. You're gonna prepare for the visit the time I visit. Sachin, where are you at in India? Seriously, where are you at in India? I need to bring new water. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go and get some water right quick because I need some water. All right, I'm back. I am gonna visit. I promise you, I'm gonna visit. But either way, so in relationships, the real Patrick, I'm really sorry. There's actually a gap in the speed of light where you and I meet, and that's where we got caught in the mesh of life. Really, I got to keep that one. So you're really sorry. There's actually a gap in the speed of light where you and I meet. Look, I'm not even gonna go into it. Oh, New Dolly. Okay, nice. That's nice. I don't know, real Patrick, but I'm feeling some type of way. I'm loving what you talk about, but I'm not gonna dig into it right now. I'm not gonna dig into it right now. But do me a favor, Patrick. Tell me something. What's something you believed about relationships? I like what you bring it on, what you speaking on, that you were taught that you no longer believe right now. That goes for anybody. Tell me something that you were taught about relationships, which is I'm gonna tell you is an illusion. Or I mean, I'm sorry for us.